This is the United States Embassy in a country we shall call land. In actuality, host land does not exist, but this fictional nation has many counterparts. Small countries in which outside alien hands have planted the seeds of subversion. In this story, host land will typify such a country. A nation seeking its own independent path to progress, but stalled in its forward march by a subversive force that grows more malignant with each passing day.
Gentlemen, the pattern here is familiar. Mr. Jocko, what is your government doing about this?
As you know, we have had some success in counteracting their efforts, but never quite enough. At best, we have achieved containment, stalemate. Now, with the sudden intensification of subversive activity, the outbreak of violence in the eastern province, my government is firmly convinced that a full-scale internal defense operation is the only answer to the problem. That is why we have once again come to the United States for help. As to our specific needs, you will find them outlined in the official requests which we have submitted for your attention.
Of course, we've been aware of your problem and the step-up of subversive activity. We have plans for this type of emergency, prepared in advance, and continually updated.
So I've been informed by your military attaché, Colonel Adams here. You have men who specialize in internal defense operations, familiar with the situation we're facing.
Then you are specifically requesting
that you assist us in ending our current training program. We've got to set up and staff new training centers for officers and NCOs, and we must move quickly. With your government's help, we should be able to accomplish our objectives in much less time. And time will be a critical factor.
I feel confident that my government will give you every assistance along those lines. In fact, we should be able to have additional advisors on the way here in a matter of just a few days. Other specifics?
Frankly, Mr. Ambassador, we lack the trained men who would be able to plan and implement operations in an area we think is vitally important. Because of this, we are also requesting that your team of advisors include a senior officer who is thoroughly experienced in psychological operations.
Very well, sir. I think we can provide you with an expert on the subject.
This man is the expert on the subject. His name is Leo Hamilton, and he is a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army. Earlier today, he was designated the Psychological Operations Staff Officer Advisor. Soon, with the other officers on the advisory team, he will be flying to host land. In the area of psychological operations, PSYOP, Colonel Hamilton qualifies as a veteran with considerable field experience. Now he is building on that knowledge, supplementing it with specifics concerning host land, its geography, its economy, its governmental structure. Above all, he is concerned with its people, their way of life, their religion, their culture, their sense of national identity, or lack of it. He must know the people of host land, for their minds will be his primary objective. As promised by the ambassador, a team of American military advisors arrives in host land just a few days after that country's official request for assistance. Their initial destination is the United States Embassy, and they are met by a representative of the military attaché. Like the others on the team, Colonel Hamilton has come to his assignment well prepared, but he still faces many hours of additional study and research before he can begin to initiate a PSYOP program. At the embassy, he meets with the local United States Information Service representative for a briefing on all programs that may be already underway in host land. He reviews the psychological objectives the United States hopes to achieve in host land, objectives based on official U.S. foreign policy. He confers with the chief of the United States Agency for International Development. This knowledge is of vital significance, for his efforts must harmonize all other American activities within host land. His next stop is a host land Army post. He meets Lieutenant Colonel Matrak, who will be his counterpart, the man with whom he will work in very close conjunction while he serves in host land. With his counterpart, he reviews all available sources of information that will help him determine the attitudes of the population. How do they feel about their country, their government, and how do these feelings vary from locale to locale?